Today, I just went over some things that you might encounter when you're reading. And one of the things we noticed was learning how to pronounce things when you see dollar signs. So oftentimes when you see money in the context of a book, it's going to be presented in this format. And what I went over was how this part right here is the one that you say dollars, and this part is the cents. So for example, when you have something like this, the way you would read this when it appears in a book is $27, $27, and this is important, 50 cents. And so we went through a couple examples. The book actually ended up having a lot of money, and so it was a good opportunity to practice this kind of new style, because sometimes it'll simply write out the number and the dollars like this. And so here it's easy. You just read $50. But when it presents it to you in this way, you have to make sure that the numbers that come before the decimal are the dollars, and the numbers that come after the decimal are the cents. So in this case, it would be $50, and we would have 16 cents. So that's just kind of that clarification there. That was one of the topics that we covered. Let me clear all of those. Another thing we looked at was just kind of a pronunciation of some similar words, looking at things like kit versus kite, and how the letter E right here can end up changing the entire sound of the word. Even though it's coming at the end, it affects the way in which we pronounce the I. And this happens a lot of the time with the E. So if there isn't an E here, it sounds like eh, an eh sound, which is also known as a short E. Whereas here, when there is an E, you often say the name of the letter itself, I, which actually sounds like this, but that's the idea. And we looked at a couple other examples of this. For example, if you look at road versus rod, and here you have the short sound of O, and here you're actually saying road. So those were just on another topic we covered that came up a lot in the book as well. Any words that end in E. And so if it's an unfamiliar word, such as kit, kit is often less common than kite. It's just important to make sure you're making that distinction and not getting the two confused with each other. And so that was just a little bit of what we talked about today while we were reading through books and seeing common things that reoccur.